Philip again. Welcome back to our short course for Shopify Hydrogen 2.0 Plus Remix. In this video, we will discuss the last part of Session 7. It's about the pre-order functionality of your product page. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe so you will be notified every time I release a new video. Session 8 will soon be released in few days from now. We are going to talk about the pagination and how we can apply it into our blog articles. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. In every video I have released, I have listed the previous session links in the video's description so that you can easily view what you want to watch. Additionally, in this video I will include how to create your simple mega menu added to your header for your Hydrogen app. And I think without any further delay, let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how we can add a pre-order functionality with a variant label meta field, which we can easily add an additional information like expected delivery date. Right, so here we are. Now there is another major upgrade in Hydrogen release when every time if you're going to preview your local environment, then you will find this information like upgrade available, which is version 2023.7.1 for Shopify Hydrogen. So in this video, before we're going to start adding the pre-order, I'm going to show you again, this is the second time I used to bring this point, how you are going to upgrade your existing Hydrogen app. So I think what we're going to do here, we're going to just cancel it. And then let's try to open the release. Where is that link? I think it's not showing this option here. I think it should be here. Okay, so here now what we have to do, it is there is a line that it seems like green, so we're gonna change this version for Shopify CLI. Let's find the file for package.json, and then the exact file, it's that Shopify CLI here. Next is this one. I think doesn't need this. So if you were going to update that, then the first changes as made is that the 1.18 to 1.19. This is for remix run React. So we're gonna replace this to 19. At the same time, in our div dependencies, we must change it to 19 as well. Save. And then the next one is the Shopify Remix Oxygen, should be 1.1.2. Remix Oxygen, where is that? Remix Oxygen should be somewhere here. Shopify Remix Oxygen should be here. Shopify Remix. I'm just making sure if it's. Oh. Sometimes the copy paste can work, but not sure why it doesn't work. Okay, I don't know why it's going 1.1.2. 1.1.2. Save. 20.7 Hydrogen. 4.7. So this is 4.7. Next is CLI Hydrogen 5.1.1. CLI 5.1.1. Okay, I think there will be a problem with the ES line hyphen config. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So we're gonna just try to upgrade this. So most of the time, if I were going to upgrade, I want to make it clear that everything is there is no issue will happen when I'm going to run this Hydrogen app. In a latest version, I think what we missed here is the version of our demo. So this should be 2.0.1. Probably gonna change that as well. 2.0.1. Save. And here I'm going to remove totally the node module. So this might take about few minutes. So it completely deleted. So I think I just post this video and I will come back later. Here we are again, and what I did earlier, it is prompting to completely delete or permanently deleted. Just confirm it, yes. And then what I need to do here right now is to remove the package lock JSON. Just remove that. And then another version that it might occur some issues later when you're going to run the npm run dev. So we'll just not need to show that up, but what I did is that you need to change the version this from 17 to 19. I'm gonna save. So what I want is that all of those dependencies are already specified their specific version. Then that's the time that you are ready to install the npm. Can you say npm install? And surely this will again takes time to completely installed into your hydrogen app. I will just post this video. Now I think it's already completed. Now you find here there are some critical severity vulnerabilities. I think that is fine, and there is some deprecated. Just leave it like that for now. And I'm gonna try to run this run lib. And again, it might take a few minutes once it completely process the mini oxygen. And I think while are we waiting, I think we're gonna proceed with the pre-order, how we can apply it in our existing hydrogen app. Okay, so the basis here, when we say a pre-order product, this product, it's the track inventory is enabled, but at the same time can be continuously selling even the stock is low. So we're gonna find a best product here, appropriate product that we can apply that pre-order. But basically, if you're gonna find there's a product that the inventory track snowboard, we're gonna try to apply this pre-order on this product. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open this product, and then we're going to check where it is. I think it's already enabled. I think it should be okay. So I think I already done it earlier. So now if we're going to visit in the hydrogen preview, we're gonna try to open it again. If it's everything fine, I think it's working good. So it's something like it is completely run the mini oxygen. So we're gonna try to run this preview, and here we are. Now we're gonna open the catalog, and then we are going to find this product, the untracked product. Okay, here. So if we're gonna open that, and it is seems like there is no problem with this. I think this is working fine. So it still enable the add to bag because I already stated this as track quantity continue selling. But if we're going to apply that without continue selling, so just to let you understand what I'm trying to say. If you're just new to any functionality added to Shopify store, then you will find the most easiest way to understand how these things goes. So we're gonna try to refresh the page. I think it might take sometimes. If you find here the shop location inventory is 0, so it must be displayed as out of stock instead of add to bag. You're gonna refresh again. Yes, I think it's here. So I think we already added this notification form in our recent part of this session 7. Now I think that's fine. So now let's try to go back again. Okay, so just take note that I said most of the time that every time if we are going to change in the back end, it may take some times to apply those changes in our storefront or our front end, and might take maybe about less than 2 minutes, and I think that is really fine. So we're gonna refresh again. It might be, yeah, I think it's not yet done. So here I think what we need to use every time if we're going to apply some custom functionality, we required to have an insomnia. So that is our most significant tools to help us to evaluate what needs to be done in our integration to our GraphQL statement. Let's go back here, then refresh again. Yeah, I think it's done. Now I think we are ready to apply these changes. So we're gonna look at the product handle component in our routes, language, products, and product handle TSX. So it's the same way what we did previously when we add the back in stock functionality. We are going to check. Okay, so it's here. Now that this is a pre-order, so even though if it will become zero, the quantity is become zero for their current inventory, but still we can continuously selling it to our uh, visitors or our client customers to our site. So now here, what we need to do in this, I think we need to evaluate first our query. So we're gonna look at our storefront fetching query. It's here. So this is the storefront query, and we have this product query statement. We're gonna look at that. It uses a product variant fragment, and I think it will applies in here. This is a selected variant, so every time if there is a selected variant, it will applies the product variant fragment. And how it is built, I think we're gonna find it somewhere here, but later we're gonna do that for now. But I think what we need to do, we're gonna copy this line down to our insomnia. So I think I already done that, but I'm gonna show you what I did earlier, and I'm gonna remove this. And here, what needs to remove, because these things are not necessary to be added here for just to look at how exactly this works. Gonna remove this also as well. And here I think this ones doesn't really need it. We only need the handle. Pass this variable from this query variable goes to here. It's defined as a string, and the product handle variable pass it here. Then it will provide this result. Okay, what we're gonna find it here. I'm gonna remove this for a while. Just remove that. Okay, so now as well this one. I think I don't need that. So let's try to to send this request to our admin, that it says something that the variant selection is used with the product but not declared. Okay, I think this one, it's something is not really okay. Why is it that query? Okay, I think we remove the extra bracket, closing bracket, and send. Okay, here I think this is the right one. A variable handle to type string we was provided invalid value. So we're gonna do that here. So let's say handle that we're gonna get this handle. Pass it here. Send. Okay. So now I want to show you the options, how we can use the proper fields for this pre-order. So I think we are going to add a meta field to this variant. I want to do here. See node. Then I think we need the available for sale. The other one, where is that? Quantity available. We're gonna send that. You must provide first or last. Okay, so I think we are using age node for that, and the variant label. So we're gonna add the first parameter here and say the first one. Send. All right. So here we have it is still available, but the quantity is currently out of stock. So now we're going to add this field into our fragment. So I think there is the fragment query, and what we're gonna do with this, I will going to add another additional field, available for sale. So here I will going to add this quantity available. Okay, save. And let's try to look at in our inspect console. In the product object, this one, I think we did not display that in our console yet. So what we're gonna do, we are going to find the this is the product option. I think it should be placed in here. Okay, so I think you're gonna remove this. You're going to display that selected variant. Go back. I think it should be somewhere here. Oh no, this is a swim lane. Should be here. Available for sale. Okay, so right here, it's already displayed this quantity available. So we're gonna copy that. This in this field, we are going to add this into our condition. So as we define as a pre-order, it means that available for sale is equal to true, and the quantity available could be 0 or less than 0 or a negative value. Okay, we're gonna try that one. Now let's go back in our VS Code, and we are going to add a use state here. I think we are required to add a use state because this is a changeable variable for the quantity available. There are two conditions. What we are planning here, we are going to add a use state. Okay, so we're gonna say constant. Let's say pre-order. Set pre-order. It's equal to use state. Then boolean as. Oh, sorry. No way. We're gonna say false as boolean. Is this the right? Should be capital. Yeah. And what happened here? Must initialize. Okay, we use state is okay. Pre-order. Now we're going to use the use effect. I think I can move this declaration up. Then here we're gonna use effect, and then if the site completely we don't have a trigger variable for that, so we're gonna just add this bracket, so it will only run once at a time when the site are completely loaded. It's just equivalent to a JavaScript, a plain JavaScript or a vanilla JavaScript, that when we say a document add event listener DOM loaded content, it's the same way on here, or it's the same way what we're gonna use usually window.load. It's just the same. We're using a use effect hooks. So here what we're gonna do here, I want to set if I think I'm gonna add a condition like if selected variant that quantity is less than or equal to 0, then and so it's a comparison condition operator to combine two conditions. We're gonna say selected variant here, gonna available for sale. If it's true, then we are going to apply set up pre-order is equal to true. Is this the right thing I did? Okay. We were defaulting to the first variant purpose. If there's none, return for the loader. Okay. It's asking us to add some question mark just to protect this component that it will not disrupt. It's possible null, sorry. Okay. Then here, what I'm gonna do with that is that I will going to console this pre-order state. Let's go back. Now it is false. Return false. Okay, this is a has upsell. Okay, I think this is not. This the right one should be somewhere here. Preorder. I think it's already returning this right value. Now let's go back here. So we're going to add a condition here. Like what we have to do is that we're gonna change this, instead of add to bug, then we're going to change it into pre-order. So here, I think we're going to add another condition here. We're gonna say a pre-order, if it's true, then question mark, open bracket, else statement, like that. Then we're gonna put it here. Then this one as well. What did it say? Must have a parent. Okay. So we are going to add this as pre-order. Is this okay? What we gonna have this like that? It's the same thing here. Fragment. Then we're gonna change it to pre-order. Save. Cannot find name span in GSX. Okay, we're gonna try to add this as, I think, within the text. Let's try to change this. Could be a container, Dave. But I think that is fine. I think it's gone. I think it's already completely resolved. So we're gonna check in our preview. Now we see that it's a pre-order, and I think we are going to replace this instead of black. So probably we can use another color. Let's try to find it. We're gonna ask help to our tailwind and look at background color. So want to find maybe dark green, something like this. We're gonna use this class name, copy. Then here, this is the add to cart, and if this is changed to up pre-order, then we're gonna replace that. We're gonna replace the background color. So I think by default the add to cart is black. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna add a condition like pre-order. It's the same what we did earlier. Pre-order, if this is only returning one statement, we're gonna use as we're gonna say here we're gonna add, maybe we add that class name. Then here we're gonna use a class attribute. Then I think that's fine. So let's try to save. If it's pre-order, then the background of the add to cart component will change into a green color. So let's try to look at in our preview what will be the result. Okay, I think it's working fine. Now I think we need to add padding X and Y, or I think probably a gap between them. We are required to add this PY. So we're gonna say add space PY, maybe 2, save. I think that's right. And 3, save. I think that's much better. Let's say 2.5. Okay, I think there is a round color. It's up to you if how you are going to style your button. Let's say border radius. Maybe I want this round, simple as a small size of radius. Gonna go back in our preview. Alright, then the color, if we're gonna change the color in text, now we are going to add another condition here. We're gonna insert that condition somewhere here. Oh no, that is not the right one. We're gonna do something here. Say pre-order, and then this time we need a tooth statement, if else, because this is the default definition classes. We're gonna cut this one. Then if this is not a pre-order, we're gonna use question mark instead of @ sign, like it's an opposite what we did in here. So here we're gonna do string, paste it, and column for else, then string, call it that way. And here I think I will going to add text white. So it seems here like if this true, and then this is the classes will be added to our text, and if this is false, then this will come back to the original setup. Gonna save that changes, and let's go back. Should be work. Yes, that's work. This is working very, very straightforward. Now I think what we need to do right now, I think we need to add a meta field value added here. Like if this is a pre-order, it means that the stock is not yet available and when your customer will expect for delivery. And I think we can add that a short statement down underneath on this button. So let's go back in our store, and we are going to add a meta field. So this is the first time that we are going to add a custom value to our product. So what is the first steps is to go to settings, and if you're not familiar with meta field, then I think this is the right time for you to learn in adding a meta field to your hydrogen app. And then could be custom data, and we are going to add a meta field here. I think there's already an existing one. So for us, I think we need a variant label, because this is a variant label. This is a variant in Shopify. If we're talking about the product, there is an option to add a variant options. Like if we're gonna show you here, I just want you to recognize this if you're not familiar with that. So you have here a variant options. You can find a product that has a multiple variant, like for example here you're gonna open or somewhere that is not a gift card, you say that. So I think this is the complete snowboard. We're going to look at the product complete snowboard. Here you say that there are different options, like the color options. So this is what we call a variant. Now we want the statement, or I mean we need to base our expected delivery in every time if the customer will visit or to select a certain product, and it will display these options, I mean in this information in a variant level. So here we are going to add the line here, like somewhere something like the first next delivery will be 5th of this month, like something like that. Here let's go back in the settings. We are going to add a custom data variant, add definition. We're gonna say here pre-order message, and I want just to add a single line text. I'm gonna save that. Oops, there's something wrong. You need to use a period separator. Alright, so I think there's a problem with that. You're gonna say custom dot pre-order message MSG. So I'm gonna say completely like added something like this. Okay, in a meta field, it requires us to add a namespace and key. So this is the namespace custom, and this is the key pre-order message. Then you must tick mark the access in your storefront so it become visible in our hydrogen front end. Okay, so now it is added. Now we are going to add the value in our product. Let's go back in our untrack, non-track snowboard. Here we are going to apply, if this is only a single variant, so every product, if there's no options, automatically there is a first variant available. So you must see like this. So this is the meta field sections, and now you're going to add like, we're gonna say first, September, or that's too long. We're gonna say something 8th of August 2023. Save, and we want to display it in our button as well, under on the pre-order. Now in our side of graph statement, now I think we need another condition here. I mean, we need to evaluate first if this meta field is already available in our variant level. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna type meta fields, then open parenthesis identifier. No, I think this is not the right one. So meta field without s, then it specify the namespace. So what we have, our namespace is a custom, comma, then k, then we are saying that pre-order, did I added message underscore? Let's check again just to make it sure. You cannot find it that in that way. Custom data variant, yes, I added a message underscore before this message. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. Where is that? Insomnia. Now I want to display the value, and in our GraphQL we can define a specific DOM. I mean, it's not it's an alias name, like we're gonna say pre-order message, like that. So let's try to send this request. Yes, now you see that. Now that's the time for us to apply this in our VS Code. Let's go back. Here we are going to add another use state to get this value. So here we're going to add a constant pre-order message, set pre-order message is equal to use state, then say string as a string. Go back down to that. Here I'm gonna set that as a pre-order, then oh sorry, come on, I think this is not be added first. I think we need to add in our graph statement. Okay, sorry guys, I think we need to add first this variable, I mean this this GraphQL statement added to the fragment. So let's go back in our fragment. Let's gonna do fragment here. I think I need to place that somewhere here. Okay, so I think I miss up something. I think what we must remove this use state added to that. We're gonna remove that first. So we're not still yet on that part. I think I was thinking of thinking ahead. Okay, so we're gonna, what is this? Something wrong with that. Okay, so let's go back in our front end console. Here, I think the pre-order message is here. All right, so we have this value now added to our console. We're gonna copy the copy product path, then go back to our VS Code. You're gonna say message, then say selected variant. gonna add the question mark. If this value is not available, then it's still working pretty well. Then let's go back here. Okay. Okay, I think this is already added. Now we are going to place that down to our pre-order statement. This is the button. Oh, this is the, yes, this is the add to cart, but we are going to place that underneath on this button. So this is the component for that button. Let's stop it here. Now are we going to add that? Maybe I can add a paragraph. Then we're gonna show you we're gonna display this pre-order message. That's it. You're gonna look at back here. So we declared a use state as an empty string. So at first it will only add the value empty string to this variable. Once the site is completely loaded, then it will call the use effect, and the use effect, if there is a condition that the quantity is less than 0 or equal, then it is also returning true if they were available for sale. And we set it as pre-order, and at the same time we also set this variable goes to this new value from the pre-order message. So let's go back here. Now you see that it's already added to that. Alright, so I think that's it. It's completely displayed this pre-order. Now we're going to proceed with the mega menu. Alright, so now I think we're going to add a simple mega menu to our Hydrogen app. So what would be the basis for us to start with this component is we're going to add a sub menu to our main the parent menu in our navigation. So let's go ahead with that. So here in the navigation, what we're gonna do here, we're going to add another subcategory for this catalog. Like for example, if we want to add more category, I'm gonna say what is the setup from here in our storefront. So we're gonna base this from premium, sport, and accessories. Let's go back here. I'm going to say premium. Then I will going to link this into a collection. Maybe somewhere you can create your own collections if you would like to completely improve this functionality to your Hydrogen app. So for now, I just temporarily use this existing collections to our demo site. Then I'm gonna drag this down here. Then next will be sport. Click sport. Then again, I need to add that to a collection, homepage, add. Then another one is the accessory. So maybe I'm right spelling. The collection. So that add and save. Then after this, let's try to look at in our preview what will be the possible display in this component, in this header. So if we're going to highlight or hover over the catalog, it doesn't show up anything for us to display the premium sport accessory subcategory. Now what we're gonna do, let's try to look at in our component, and the component is layout. We're gonna look at the folder component, then here the layout, and we are going to try adding it in our desktop. So if you were going to if you done it familiar with this, then later you can improve and add it to that in your mobile responsive to this component. Okay, for now I will just add it into our header. So we're gonna find the desktop header. Okay, so this is the desktop header. I'm gonna find this function, so it's here, and right after I think we added this use effect that hand, then console. So we're gonna display this variable, this props down to here. So let's try to look at what exactly the value added to that. So menu, save. This is the layout items. In the items, there are 3 links, 1, 2, 3. So we added the sub menu or subcategory in the catalog link. So you can expand that, and there are 3 items, and the 3 items are the premium. So I think this is the time that it is doable to add this mega menu down to this catalog. What will be the process? So I'm gonna copy existing tailwind mega menu. So for us not to spend much time to do that, so we're gonna say tailwind mega. There are a lot of samples you can find in the internet, and if it's up to you, if you're going to build from scratch, then that is okay. That would be great. And here I'm gonna show you a good example like this one. If we're gonna hit over, then this kind of mega menu will be added to our catalog. So I think what we have to do is just to copy this. This is the navigation expand. Okay, so I think we are going to add this into a separate component. It would not be a good idea if we're going to place those elements within this component. So what we're gonna do, we're going to add a new component to place this elements. So we're gonna say mega menu tsx, and here you can say constant variable name mega menu, then arrow function is equal to arrow function return, then place that what we copied, and here I think we are going to make it this in order like that. Then above, now we are going to replace the class to last name, replace, and then what's wrong, save. What is the problem with us? Okay, I think we need to reconstruct to correct this. It's too large. I think what we need, I don't need that. Probably I will only need this drop down. If we're going to remove this BG white, this is a navigation. We're going to replace this with div, and here there, say div, and then above this is the drop down. Why is it that it is not properly added? Grade, let's say grade. Okay, so this is the grade, this is the first grade. I think I'm gonna remove this one. I only need this one, the grade max. I think we don't need that for this one. Probably I only need this this element nub. Then what could be the P8 text left, then UL. This is the UL length. I think this is the one thing that I want. The Mega Menu drop down. Okay. So I think I will just remove all above of that element. So I think it is, I think what you see here, like you're gonna come back. I think in this component, they also added this home company, the top navigation, but what I only want is this, the online store in this container. So probably this could be only a selective, like this one, online store, should be some from starting from here. This is the drop down and down to that. So let's go back here. So this is not the, I think this is the right one. And this one, I think we're gonna remove that. Save. I think this one also, we're gonna replace this. Stroke, stroke line cup. Stroke line cup. Stroke line join. Stroke width. Save. Now I think that's alright. So here we're gonna export that default Mega Menu. Save. Then the next steps will be going back to our layout component. So where is it now? We are in the top level. So there is a comment here that this is a top level menu. And then what we are going to do with this is to add that probably we can try to add that Mega Menu, but first I think we have to let's try to add a condition here. Like if we're gonna say it in the console, let's go back in the console. Look at here, items. If items array is greater than 3, and this is the subcategory. Okay, so from the parent item down to the another item, if this is greater than 0, then it will display the Mega Menu. Here, let's go back, and we're going to add a condition here. Like say, if item from this menu, then this is the item, this is the parent. So we're gonna do that item. Then if this is the length, if length is greater than 0, then, and because we only need a true statement, then I will going to display the component for Mega Menu. Let's try if this is working. Mega Menu. And here I think probably I will add a question mark so it will not disrupt. I'm gonna save. Hope this time it works. So let's go back in our preview. It's now reloading. We'll just wait till it's completely rebuilt. It's still rebuilding or not? Okay. Style props expected mapping. Why? Okay, somewhere here has the problem. So I think this is the issue. Okay, what? Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I think this should not be placed here. I think we in React, I think we are going to follow the best practices. Link, it means this is an A tag for HTML, and we don't want to place that Mega Menu inside on A tag. So probably I will put it down here, down from that, if this is alright. Instead of, okay, what if are we going to add a fragment here? So probably this will not make some issues. Okay, I think there's a problem with this. I need another fragment there. Let's say fragment parent, because there are more than one child. So link, I added the mega menu. Now it becomes two elements down to this component uh, here. Link, then goes down here. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna save. Rebuild completely. Refresh. Still something's wrong. Still that's a problem. Now we are trying to remove this first. We just try to comment if this will resolve this problem. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Okay, so let's try to look at here. What exactly the problem here? Check the top label in the each child is a list should have a unique. Okay, though, so that's the problem, that it requires a unique ID or key in your element. So every time if there is a map, then you must required to add this key. So what we're gonna do here, instead of this bracket, close bracket, we are going to use the fragment react, react fragment, then I'm gonna add key, then the key will be, I'm gonna say string fragment, then question mark, say item dot id. Then in here we're going to close that react fragment, save. React but kind file is module considered adding import. Okay, so we are going to add that up react. So here we're going to add that react can only be imported using default import. Yes, I think it requires to be a separate import. You say import react. Is this the exact the exact, I'm gonna say like react, then from react, say what's wrong? Import. What should we do with that? React. I think we don't need this. It's different. It should not be added. That line. So I think we have to add it from here without that bracket. Save. So let's go back. Yeah, I think it's working fine now. So we will try to open up again our mega menu if this will be fine, but probably this will also require a key to make this work. I think what probably here, but we're gonna try if this will work. Save. But React is not defined. Refresh. No, it takes time. Unexpected value, not a string. Okay. Fragment. I think what we need to do here, we're going to add another parent component react key fragment ID. So somewhere here we're gonna say add div class name, say top level nav, then here to add that. Save. Error style. I think the problem is in our component. What is that mean? Style. If we are going to comment this one, let's try this work. It's the same. Okay, so it's something wrong with that component here. It says style. Mega Menu. What we're gonna do, I think we don't need this. We will try to remove this out. Instead of adding this as an ID, we're going to put somewhere here like this. Close. Then absolute, we're going to add absolute here. Grade MB4 down to that UL. So try to uncomment this again. Style. What if we're going to just to comment this one? Go back to the preview. Now I think this worked. Okay, so something happens to that, maybe the ID. But if we're going to try to put it back again, this one. The type from expand mapping from style to value not string. For example, style margin. We don't have the style. Is there any inline style? Oh, okay, so it's here. Alright, so we're gonna remove that. So I think this is the problem that takes time for us to find out that the style is not defined in our component yet. We're gonna try to refresh again. So I think the thing is that everything is fine. Now I think what I need to do, I need to add an absolute container here. So let's go back on that. Then here we're going to add the Mega Menu with an absolute value for this component. Save. So this should be work. Let's go back. Okay. So I want this to be occupying the whole screen. And what I need here, I need to add another class. Say left 0 or add also right. Save. Okay. So it is visible by default. Then I think I only want this to be displayed when I'm going to hover this parent menu. So I think what will be the setup here, we're going to add a use state again to trigger this out. Okay, so what will be the part for that? So here, I think there is no possible for us to use a use state because there are more than one top navigation, and we doesn't know how many are there. If we're going to add it dynamically, like what I'm thinking, if we're going to add more, then you are going to define different use state, because here if we are going to apply this in only single navigation or top navigation, then that's fine. But in some case that we are going to dynamically add this top navigation, then I think the use state is not possible. So what we have to do here, we're just going to add a function as our the ES6 version of JavaScript. So I think this is the way it are more applicable to this. So I will going to add okay, first thing I have to add a custom definition to this. So let's try to look at here. So I want this to be lower down. Let's say inspect, and then here top label, this is the length. Then here I will going to move down. Probably I will add if we're going to add a top 0 here. Now it lost that component. We're gonna say 4 or add 5, probably 6, nothing, 5. So I think in this point we are going to define it our own definition. Probably this one. This is the top label, and this is the header, and we have this absolute value, and this is the, if we're going to add a position relative here, and that would be the problem, that is too close. So I think our base parent is the header. This is the base parent, and it inherited to this mega menu. And now if are we going to use top 10px, then scroll down, this is work. Okay, so we are going to define our own state class name definition. So here, this is the class. Now I will going to add that in our style list. Where is that style? Custom style. Here, going to place that here. Then what I added is a top 92. Save. Let's try. Now this is working good. Now I want this not visible. It's only, this will only happen if I will going to hover this top navigation. Okay, so I think that's would be a definite plan for that. So here, what I'm gonna do, I will going to add a C index -1 and opacity 0 and visibility 0. Save. Oh, sorry, not hidden. Save. Now it's gone. So every time if I were going to hover, then that's the time it will display that component. So if we're going to inspect again, here, this is the mega menu, and if you look at the other one, doesn't have that. So now it's time for us to add a navigation function. So let's go back in our layout. Where are you? So here, this is the top layout. Then are we going to add a constant function here? I'm gonna say top hover menu, then event event should be arrow, and here I'm going to use a close on that event. Then here we're gonna say console log event target. Save. Then here, if there is a hover event here, I'm gonna say add a hover or mouse enter. Then say top, over, save. Okay, now let's try to look at in the console. Let's clear up. Then if I were going to hover, now you see that there is a corresponding value. Now what I need here is to find out if there is a submenu to this component. I'm gonna console that. Then I want to search this selector. So this is the parent, and when we are going to search, we are going to use a query, document query selector. So let's go back here. So this is not applicable of use state. I'm sure that's what I believe, but I'm not sure if this is can be done in another part, or another functions without hooks. So here, this is the way I can resolve this requirements. Like I'm gonna say closest. I want to, when you say closest, it will look at the parent. Automatically it will search to the parent. Now if this parent has a child called Amiga Min, oh no, sorry, should be top level. This is not okay. Here should be, this one should be a top level. This is the parent container. So in every time event, the event will trigger to these functions and goes to there. It will look at automatically the top level knob, and what is the child inside on that. So here I want to search this child specifically for this drop, and then let's go back here, then something like that. So if this return yes, then that's the time we're going to define another class definition that will open up the Mega navigation, Mega menu. So here, if we're going to let's try to go console, then like that. Now it's returning the Mega menu full image drop down. If the other one returning null because there is no child within that parent, for specifically for the Mega menu full image drop down. So now I think it's the right time for us to add another definition to that, to against the initial setup. If we're going to look at in our style, custom style, we define this. This is the initial setup. Now if the hover happens, then we need to add another class definition that will against to this property. So I will just copy this. So what I plan is to add an active class. So if there is an active class contained, now this will become an opposite value. So we're gonna say z index, then c1, then here we're going to make it visible, save. And then in going back to our layout, here this is the exact element. Now you're gonna copy that. Then here we're gonna say class list dot add active class. So if there's an hover, then it will add an active class. Let's try to look at what will happen to that in here. So we're gonna close this. Then if I were going to hover, you see that it is displaying the Mega menu. But if I were going to hover with another one that doesn't have a Mega menu, now the problem is that it's still displaying this Mega menu, which is only appropriate for this category. In this top navigation menu. I think there's a problem. What is wrong with that? Class list cannot read property for null. Okay, because there is no. So what I have to do here, we are going to call this up. If there is more than sub menu or Amiga menu, then we are going to close everything first. So what I have to do right now is to say if this is true, then set this up. Else doesn't have that, then I will going to call all of those existing drop down. We're gonna close this, and we are going to replace this by all, because we doesn't know yet that there are another mega menu with from the other top navigation. So I'm gonna use select query selector all, and applies that I want to remove all of those active class. I'm gonna say remove active class. If there is no returning null, oh I mean in here this is true, so it means the mega menu is exist and you are going to add the active class name. But in case if the mega menu is not available, then you are going to remove all of those open mega menu drop down. So we're gonna try what exactly the result for this. So if I were going to go over, then over that, then going back to another one. So it seems like, okay, what happened is that type cannot read property undefined. Okay, so it seems like it is not returning. Okay, because what I did here, we're gonna remove that. So let's say it should be, this will become a document, no longer an event. So document query selector, what's this? Property does not exist on. Okay, so we are now, hold on, I think I need to add this into a variable. We're gonna say mega minus document query selector. So here I'm gonna remove that just to make it clear. Now we are going to add for each here. Let's say menu. We're going to remove all those classes added as an active. So in here menu class list remove and active. Save. Go back here. So if I were going to go over that, then go back here, and now it is working fine. So that's it. So I think this is working pretty well. Now if I were going to goes here, goes down, I want that if I will leave this component, then it will also close. So what I have to do here, I think I need to add another function. So you say constant mega menu leave is equal to event the same way. Then I console this first. Log event event target, and here in our mega menu we say on leave on. Can I add this on leave here? On, this is not possible. Okay, you're gonna set this up with on leave. Okay, we're gonna try adding this event in our component. Since it doesn't show up, like here, if I were going to click on leave, on mouse leave, then here I will going to pass that prompts. I have the functions from my layout, which is the where is that? Mega menu leave. Go back here. I want to pass that to my parent component. We're gonna say here. Oh, sorry, this is not the right one. On leave, mouse on leave. Is this okay? On leave, on mouse on leave, then the mouse on leave. Yes, I think this is right, but I have to use it as a bracket for as a prompt. Then set as any. Then here we are going to call this again, this prompt. Put it there. So mouse on leave, if this event triggered, then it will call this mouse on leave prompts goes to that. Then in our parent container, we are going to pass this. event like here. So we say on lib, mouse on lib, then say what is the function? Mega menu lib. That's it. So let's try. So let's go back just to make this clear. And we added the prompts from our child component because we want those event triggered, it will pass to that prompts. This is how the React works. That how you are going to pass this event from the child goes to your parent, by vice versa. So let's in our parent we have that prompts as well. We added this prompt, the same prompts that you added in your child component, and whatever this event calls to that variable or these props, it will also automatically goes back to our parent component. And in our parent component, we specifically call this function goes to here. So let's try what will happen to our storefront in our front end. I'm gonna clear this. So if I were going to hover the catalog, now it's display. If I will going to mouse over here, then if I will leave, what will happen? So there is alright, why is it mouse leave? If I were going to leave, then it should be, are we going to enter, hold on, I think there is a mistake with this. Mega menu leave, then this is the on mouse leave. If we're going to go back here on mouse leave, then goes to that component. Now it's not calling what exactly we want. On hover event, that is right. I think there is no, why is not working like here? So we pass that on mouse leave, then we call this event here goes to there, we call that. Then if we're going back here, passes to that, passes to that event. This is alright, this is okay, but it seems like it's not working. Past goes there. Maybe I need to refresh. Mega menu. Okay, let's try to investigate what is this exactly, where it is coming from. It's on the top, but if I will going to leave this mouse leave, clear mouse leave, this is mouse enter, but what is we specified here in our parent container, I'll do that here. This is our parent container for this component, and on mouse leave we goes back to that, pass it away. What's wrong? So there is something wrong with this. On mouse leave goes back to the layout. Okay, so I think what's the problem here, we are going to move this event not from this parent container, but probably we can put it here. And what I thinking earlier, what's the cause of that? If we're going to inspect this, like inspect, then if you try to look at, this is the exact container where it is applied all this element, child elements. And here I think, I'm not sure why is it, because probably this is also associated with the staff level navigation where we added the active. So when we are going to leave or out of this mega menu, it doesn't appear that it is throwing this value. Like right now, if we're going to look at again. So we are just moving this on mouse leave, move to this element. And if we're going back, now if we're going to leave that, now it is displaying this element. So I think that is the solution. And now I think we are going to remove this active element to that mega menu. So now what I have to do, I'm going to call this mega menu parent like this one. So we're gonna copy this class selector, goes back, and here I will going to call that event with the closest parent, and say closest parent. That is try to console. So just to see it how exactly works. Now here, if I were going to just clear that down. So now we got the mega menu. Now we're gonna remove once this mega menu leave event triggered. Now we're gonna remove from here. We're gonna get out from this component. So probably what will be the best solution for this is just to copy that, then class list, remove active, save, and let's go back here. Are we going to mouse over the catalog? Now if I will leave, now it also closed automatically. So I think that's worked fine. Now I will going to add the exact navigation we added from here, like premium, sport, and accessory. So like here, let's go back in our mega component, and then we are going to add that link here down. So it uses a UL. Then we need to use a variable here, apply a variable map to that. Okay, so this is the parent. If there is a child parent, this will be the last, this will be the output. So I'm gonna remove this. This is what if we're going to, okay, I think we just remove that. Save UL. Now I'm gonna remove this as well. Now are we going to pass the items? If we're going to look at in the console, the items from this sub menu items, I want this to pass it from the goes to our mega menu component. So here what I'm gonna do, I will going to pass it by prompts. I'm gonna say sub menu. Oh, okay, sub items is there. I think that's fine. Then here I'm gonna say items question mark, then items question mark again. Oh no, I think that's not right. Then I will catch this props down to my component. We're gonna add that sub menu here. Then let's try to console if this has a value. Let's go back in our preview. Let's clear the console. So if I were going to catalog, now everything are now gone because we remove it. So here I think what happened is that I think we okay. So it's just there's no use for that to add this, because this component will only displayed once the site are loaded. But when it comes to this event, like we're gonna hover, doesn't display this items. So what we're gonna do with that is that we just immediately added that into our map in this list. So here I will going to apply a map for that. So you can say sub menu item dot map, then we're going to display that by any. Then here you can say like this, and then move this li down here. And then I'm gonna call the link because we have a component for link. So probably I can immediately call that here link. Then say 2, and then say menu dot target. Then k, we are going to add a k as required if we are going to use a map to map this item to map this array goes down here in this component. So we are required to add a k. So we're gonna say string, then submenu link, then menu dot id. Here we're gonna say what is the exact word of the class. Then probably we can add a hover underline. No way, I think this is not the okay. We just copy this class here, put it here. That's it. Then the link, we are going to display the menu.title. Then just remove this, save, and then let's go back in our front end, and if we're going to, I think it's not yet repopulated, it's rebuilding. Why it cancelled? Save again, rebuild. Now let's go back here. Okay, so if I were going to do that, it seems that there is no items added. This is the mega menu, the ul li. Okay, so it seems like this is not let's go back in our console. So we just add a console to that. So probably it will displayed in the console for the first time when it was rendered the storefront. Should be here. Maybe this is the one. This is from the mega menu. Yes, this is the one. And there are two of that. We have the target. We have the 2. I think this is should be 2. Should be like, let's see, 2 li. So we pass that item here, goes to that map menu, save, go back, ul, what's wrong? Okay, all right, so I think there is a lacking here. So if we're going to compare in our layout, this is the layout fragment, something like there. Item goes down here. So I think what is the missing here, we're going to return this. Okay, so this is the one thing I think you must watch this kind of setup. Like if this is a curly, now you are required to add a return in this line. Let's try. So it will display. I'm gonna save. If we're we're gonna it's still reloading. It takes time. Okay, now you see there's something wrong with that. Why they found an error? Where's the refresh? Okay, sometimes it getting problem with that because maybe the connectivity of my internet right now. There is some issues that it seems that affected to this preview. Now it is now displaying the premium, sport, and accessory. So we're gonna find out just to add another one, just to say testing, or probably shop now, shop now, collection, all, add, save, and probably it may take a little bit, maybe few seconds to completely applies this new added submenu, this link. You're gonna refresh. That works. Yes, it's working. So that's it. And I think what else? Yeah, I think that's really working good. So finally, we're almost done with this short course for the Hydrogen 2.0 Plus Remix. I would like to thank you for all of you who have always followed my videos, and to those who also thank and commented to my other videos. I really appreciate it, and I'm so happy to answer all of your inquiries and questions. And in our next session, for session 8, we're going to take up the ultimate snowboard blog articles. So I'm gonna show you the partial or the initial setup what will going to our blog post. So if you see there, and I think what we have to do with that is we're going to add a pagination functionality with a GraphQL statement. If you see there, I added this different, these functions to get the preview and the next page to your blog post. For example, if your blog consists of more than 20 or above, then I think that would be the best way is to set up a pagination. So if we're gonna click the next, then it automatically change it into another set of articles. And I hope that this video I share will help you to start developing your first hydrogen app. And if you are a well experienced, I think this content is really helpful for you to improve more and to find and explore on how the Shopify really helps to our beloved merchants out there and other prospect clients that you can help to contribute this developers community in Shopify platform. Just continue your dreams because you will surely achieve them at the right time, and it will be the time for you to enjoy and grace given by our Lord. Thank you and hope to see you again.